Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Sahai. I like to hold my phone up here these days. Don't ask me why. It's been some time, um, but I finally have moved. I've been here for a month now, but y'all know how it is when you're settling into a new place and I'm laughing at something that's on my phone. Anyways, I'm just super hungry. I want to talk and catch up with you guys on what's been going on, who I'm dating, and how that's going, and living alone so far, I guess. Anyways, let's get to cooking. So I have been on a wellness journey. I don't want to call it weight loss. Let's call it wellness because that's the best way for me to think of it, so that I don't fall into an unhealthy cycle of don't eat, restrict yourself, work out like a dog, and then crash and then go back into binging and being super, super unhealthy. So I'm just calling it a wellness journey. I'm working on my mental health, my physical health, my emotional health, all that good stuff. I'm trying to elevate. My cat is like, she is loving it here. Where is she? Hey, booby. Say hey, booby. Anyways, I've been eating a lot of sweet potatoes lately, y'all. 2 roasted sweet potatoes, and we can do some chicken. The lighting just isn't that good, but we're gonna roll with it. Please excuse it. So yeah, y'all, life, okay? I can feel the immediate effects of living somewhere better and not living where I shared a space with someone else. If you've ever been in a relationship and you moved out of that place that you used to share with somebody, like, you understand what I mean. Wait a minute, I just realized I don't even have to peel these. I'm putting them directly into the oven. You don't have to peel sweet potatoes. If you're gonna put them in the oven, don't peel them. And it takes like, they don't take very long. They take maybe like, well, actually they do take long. I think sweet potatoes take about an hour in the oven or 45 minutes. They might be faster than russet potatoes. So I'm gonna put these in the oven. Usually I let it preheat. Today I don't care. So we're gonna let that go for an hour. And in the meantime, let's make some chicken. So how am I doing? How's dating? How is life? Am I dating anybody? The short answer is no. There's nothing new, guys. There's nothing new. Let me not even try to clickbait y'all. There is absolutely nothing new. I have a habit of being super hyper fixated on what might happen in the future and what could go wrong and all these hypotheticals. And I've been in therapy, like dealing with my anxiety. But yeah, I'm trying to just accept, Sahai, enjoy being single now, because before you know it, you could blink and have a husband and kids, and you're gonna miss those days where you didn't have to answer to anybody and you could do literally anything you wanted. So I just keep that in the back of my mind and try to enjoy it. But I'm not even gonna cap, like, being single is not it's not fun right now. It's not fun because it's friggin' pandemonium. It's not fun. So I have some chicken, what is it, chicken breast, chicken tenderloins. I think chicken tenderloin is just chicken titty sliced up. I think that's what it is. So I have that. I'm going to chop up some garlic cloves for our chicken. I don't know, at this point in my life, I've had to really reevaluate what I wanted in a partner, because I really used to be all about how someone looks. Like, how fine are you? How attracted am I to you? When now it's more like, what are your hobbies? What are you studying? I just care more about your passions, who you are, and what your goals are. That's where I am at this point. I'm not dating for Instagram. I'm not dating for followers. I'm not dating for keeping up appearances. I really could care less about any of that. And we see how that landed me in the past. Well, the thing is, though, I don't know. Like, people are like, oh, you need to find hobbies and go find niche things that you enjoy. Because that's where you find men who are of substance, you know? They're spending their time working on their craft. And I'm like, yeah, but they're not there. They're not in the book clubs that I'm in. They're not in pottery. They're just not. They're just not. And I know someone's gonna get in the comments and say, oh, well, maybe it's black men that you're not finding, but there are other men in these places. And yes and no. And I have to talk about that in another video, the whole divesting thing. Can we please get to a place? I'm sorry, I'm holding this knife. Guys, we need to be real with each other. I understand that divesting or choosing not to date black men can be an easy fix or a better fix or the smarter way around for a lot of black women. But I also want us to be real with each other about that, because people seem to say it like it's just, you know, your whole life just becomes a million times easier and everything works out as soon as you don't date black men. And that's not everybody's reality, guys. Because yeah, those things vary based on where you are. As much as I complain about not being black men's cup of tea, I can't sit here and tell y'all that I'm other races' cup of tea either. I think at the end of the day, when you're not conventionally attractive, you're kind of not anybody's first choice or anyone's type. And I told you guys in a previous video that the only male group that I know that I always appeal to consistently are African and Caribbean men. Let's just, yeah, come on, throw tomatoes. But yeah, that's just that. I'm not really stressing over it. At one point, I was stressed about being single, and you know, I have my nights. Because one thing I learned, and one thing I've been thinking about, let me keep cooking while I talk, since I moved, is that, you know, I can feel myself getting more successful. I'm achieving more at work. I'm earning more money. I feel like I'm upgrading my quality of life. And I really hate that with those achievements, what's attached to it for me, and I'm speaking for myself only always, but what's attached to it for me is, you know, as a black woman, the more successful I get, the harder it's gonna be for you to find a mate. All right, so I put black pepper, poultry, we'll do some sazon. Maybe I'll do a little bit of salt if it's not salty enough, but I don't want to put too much salt on it. Oh, okay. Cooking on camera is not my forte. Trust me, I can cook, but all right, great. Okay, this is something my grandma would always do: lick her finger and see what it tastes like. I know that might be disgusting, but that's how I know what the seasoning is doing. I was just telling my friend the other day, she was like, oh, like, you know, what's going on with you in the dating world and blase. And I was like, literally nothing. Like, yes, there are guys that I've talked to, but I don't report on it because there's nothing to report. The amount of guys I've talked to, you know, briefly at some point this year is pretty high. And they've all stayed in the phone. That's why when someone asks, like, oh, what's going on with this, what's going on with that, I'm like, nothing. I have nothing to report. These things don't go anywhere, so I don't mention them to anyone. You know, there are times where I was seeing a guy and it was going well. You know, we've seen each other, we've been going on dates, you know, stuff like that. And I'll tell my friends about them, but that's not happening lately, so I just keep it to myself because, you know, like, what's the point of mentioning somebody who has absolutely no significance and probably won't have any significance in your life? All right, our chicken is seasoned. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, just a little bit. I feel like the sazon wasn't enough. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. And that's really it. Like, I'm not doing too much. I squeezed some lemon on it just to add some, you know, some pow. My apartment is, I have to give you guys a tour. I haven't done it because I just don't have anything in here, but we're standing in my kitchen. Hold on. we're standing in the kitchen. You can see it behind me, right? Kitchen, island. That over there is the living room. I won't show you my bathroom. I like to embarrass myself, but I have my limits, okay? I have my limits. That sound is probably crazy. That sound is probably insane. What is that? Oh, shoot. There's something burning on my stove that I didn't know about. What the hell? What is that? Potato skins? Hold on a minute. Don't they look so cute? Oh man, they're not even getting the color on the other side that I want. But I know that if I turn this stove up, my house will burn down. But I want them to get like a, you know, like a nice sear. I want them to get a nice sear. Yeah, not ready yet. Calm down, calm down. Looks juicy. Let me try a piece for you. Probably squeeze some more lemon on it and some salt. That's good. It's chicken, you know? Woo! That was stupid of me. Bon appetit, bon appetit. Yes. Let's make, we're not making anything. We're grating some cheese. But yeah, I love me a baked roasted sweet potato with some sharp cheddar cheese in it with like garlic, chili oil, maybe some basil or some tarragon. I don't know. I should have kept the cheese in the fridge. Now it's soft and it's hard to grate soft cheese because it wants to break. All right, we got cheese. Now we're just basically waiting on our sweet potatoes. I just want to go on a date. I want to go on dates. The amount of guys who are just like, let's smoke and chill, let's smoke and chill, let's smoke and chill, let's smoke and chill, let's smoke and chill. Hello? I'm actually worried about them because I'm like, do you have no hobbies? Is there anything that you like to do at all? Like, and then it's also like, do you, like, there's no self-preservation? You don't know me. I could be crazy. I could be a thief. I could be anything. And you're like, oh, come into my house, stranger. Let's smoke and chill. And also, on another note, now I'm getting mad. What is this obsession with inviting women over to smoke? Because why can't you spend time with me while I'm sober? Why do you have to get me high to be around me? It's very predatory, and I feel like no one wants to talk about that, but it's weird. If you have to smoke a woman out to get her to sleep with you, you're weird. You're weird, and that's it. Like, there is no other reason for it. It's friggin' weird. Anyways. Sorry guys, I had to get that off my chest because I'm just sick and tired. Like, smoke and chill, let's hang out, smoke and chill. And it's like, man, like, come on. Like, there's no romance. There is no, like, forget romance. Let's, that's asking for a lot. Forget romance. There is no mutual enjoyment. Like, what do you like to do? Let's find something that we like to do. Let's go do something that we both enjoy. It's boring. Like, this shit is boring. Which is why I'm not seeing anybody right now. Because, see you for what? Like, the other day I told a guy, because he was like, come over. And I was like, sometimes I humor them just because I'm bored and I want to see what kind of nonsense they say to me. But he was like, let's hang out and chill. And I was like, why? Like, hang out for what? And he was like, oh, we can cuddle. And I was like, not only is cuddling with a stranger crazy, but it is completely unhinged. And he was like, oh, well, I'll make it worth it. And I was like, how? I have a bed at home. laying with a stranger. Like, what's the incentive? What's in it for me? I have a bed at home. Like, okay, if that works for somebody else who really is just looking for a sneaky link that they don't know that they'll just hook up with, good for you. But for the rest of us, no. Like, just no. No. Let me get this plated. I made two, so I'll have one tonight and one tomorrow. Slice it down the middle. Ooh, guys, it's so hot. Okay. Y'all can't see it, but I like to put a little bit of chili oil. So this is my garlic chili oil. I have to get some of the stuff on the bottom. And just drizzle a little bit of that inside. Maybe a piece of garlic in there. Gotta do your salt and peps. Salt and peps. Salt and peps. Some pieces of the chicken we made on top. Just stuff it. So here's din din for one. I have my roasted sweet potato with chicken. There's cheese and seasoning in there and garlic, and I might add a little bit of pepper flakes on top because I like my food spicy. But yeah, y'all. Not super impressive on camera, but I promise you it's pretty good. This is what a night looks like for me when I come home from work. That's good. It's really satisfying. Like, I'm getting my protein. It's sweet, it's salty, it's spicy. It's really good. You know, I'm trying to get more and more comfortable with being alone. I've lived alone for almost 4 years now, but I don't know. It's not easy. But I find that doing things like this, cooking for myself and sitting down and having a good meal, it really helps. Because it's a form of self-care, doing something for myself. And I think sometimes when you are single, you kind of, I don't know, you starve yourself from certain things because you feel like you're gonna feel more lonely because you do it alone. I go out to eat alone. I go to restaurants alone. One place I don't go alone is the movies, because I really don't like going to the movies anyway. But I don't want to sit in that room alone. It's just weird to me. This is the part about growing up that, you know, you only see one side. On social media, you see the soft life where it's like you see me cooking for myself, and you know, you see me pouring a glass of wine and it looks super luxurious and super relaxing. But once that camera is off, it's just me, you know? And that's the part of the whole luxurious, soft life aesthetic that social media doesn't talk about. Like, once I turn my camera off, you hear that? That's the sound of the AC. It gets lonely. So, you know, while you are inspired by other people's lifestyle or the appearance of someone else's lifestyle, just remember, like, you really don't know what is going on, you know, once they're finished with this 30-second reel. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope you guys are doing really well. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've been active. I'm trying to juggle work, life, mental health, posting on TikTok and on Instagram. I do post way more frequently over there. So if you want to see my reels and other quick content that I make, please go follow me on Instagram at Sahai Lane, just like YouTube, and on TikTok, Sahai Lane. And yeah, I hope y'all are doing so well, and I will see you in the very next one. Night. Bye.